Hello. It is Wednesday, or the weekly Wednesday stream. So you know what that means? We are playing midweek Magic, and then we're gonna hop into working on some decks. So midweek Magic, what is it for this week? Welcome. Oh well, if you're unfamiliar with midweek Magic, I have a good incentive to do it. If you do midweek Magic, not only do you potentially have cosmetics that you can collect, but one of the achievements here, yeah, here we go. Under the core achievements, there is Vanquish the Week, where you have to complete a certain number of midweek Magic events, and eventually you get a title. So, you know, if you want to get a title, there you go. Anyways, what is it? It is Into the Future. The latest set of alchemy cards is here. Time to try. Oh my goodness, I've never played alchemy. All right, inspect event decks. Let's figure this out. Actually, that's live. Definitely played a game of alchemy, but you know, not enough to really Ooh, this is actually interesting because I see Gastral Thrill Seeker, which is one of the cards I want to put together in a deck. Since someone mentioned Speed Lizards, and Gastral Thrill Seeker can get you 2 speed the turn you play it, which is pretty cool. You know what, we'll just play this one. Masterpiece Full, so it just gets you a bunch of different things. Graveyard from the battlefield, draft a card. Sacrifice. When equipment enters this way, attach it up to one target creature you control. How do you sacrifice the artifact? Oh my goodness, this is so confusing. For or like there's just so many alchemy cards, so. Craft all? No, I don't think I will be doing that. We ride at dawn. You know what? I want to play Selesnya because I think Veteran Beast Rider might actually be a decent card. But what alchemy cards do we have here? All right, intensity 0. It's +X+X. Whereas the intensity, when creature you control enters, it intensifies by X, where X is that creature's power. Okay. Pretty spicy. I feel like that's a card that they almost could make in paper. It's just kind of annoying. But hey, there are annoying cards in paper, like a Cathar's Crusade, for instance. Lesnia the Bestnia, I agree. It's a fun color pair. You seek a land card and put it onto the battlefield, so it just ramps you. Wait, it's a 2-mana 3/3 as well, and it's not even double green. I'm playing Selesnya. I don't even need to read the rest. I'm sold. Oh boy, I have to navigate the menus to find. Where were we? Or was it up at the top and I'm just blind? Yes, it was up at the top. Alright. Start. Selecting. Selesnya. Sending it. But yeah, Veteran Beast Rider is like a 3-mana 3/4 that untaps everything. All your creatures at the end of turn. That seems like pretty good for an uncommon. And then on top of that, it has a mana sink ability, so worst comes to worst, you just dump in some mana and pump up all your creatures. Oh, there we go. I was just looking at my OBS. I was like, I don't see chat on my OBS, and it was driving me insane. Found out how to make it happen. Double team. When a creature with double team attacks, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate in your hand. Both perpetually lose double team. Okay, that's a fun mechanic. I like that. Conjure a card named Murganda Petroglyphs onto the battlefield. Straight onto the battlefield. Wow. Okay. And then I think I know what this does because I saw someone play it. Alright. We're good. No, this hand is kind of slow. Ah! You just close a dockable window. Okay, I got it. Thank you, OBS. One has red mana open. I'm scared. Probably should have played this first so that we could get like saddle value potentially, but opponent speeding. How could they? It's actually a perilous snare and speed ourselves. 2/2 that when it attacks draws you a card. That's pretty cool. And then I can pay 5 or 4 mana to give get Muruganda Petroglyphs and give all my creatures +2/+2. Well, creatures with no abilities, but wow, that is a good effect. We can destroy the vehicle though. Opponent is definitely outracing us. I'll give them that. Seek a creature with mana value 2 or less. Put it onto the battlefield. I could just Perilous Snare again, but that doesn't seem right. I think I will play Legorin and then hold up Plow Through maybe. Oh, it's a sorcery? That kind of blows. Okay, we'll play the Great Fang Chroniclers, and then I think I'll play Noctimun next turn to give everything +1. All the way up to full speed. Now that has haste. Wait, oh, that is actually such a nice interaction. If you're at 3 speed, it sends you to 4 speed, and then you can haste in it. Okay, Gastral Thrill Seeker seems like an insane card. I'm not gonna lie. I think we just have to take it. Play this. I think we get rid of their vehicle. Because it seems to be kind of annoying though. I guess they get it back from their graveyard. That card is actually maybe better than I thought. I think we need to chill out a little bit. But I won't attack in with everything. I can activate this. Oh my goodness, it says activate only as a sorcery. Oopsies. I could have used that counter and put it onto our 2/2 here to block. One has a lot of hasty aggro. I wouldn't be surprised if Rakdos is the best of these decks. Gosh darn it, Rakdos. You already have Pioneer. Stop taking every other format. Alright, we're gonna go down quite a bit here, but I think we'll get rid of the Deathless Pilot. Thrill Seeker is so annoying, man. Alright, we can tutor up, or seek. We don't tutor, we just seek. Okay, that's kind of unlucky. I think we get rid of the Thrill Seeker. That trample is kind of problematic. So I guess we could have pumped up our Great Fang Chroniclers, but we can save that for next turn. I think it's in our best interest to just go like this, lower them down, and then we'll have 3 blockers. If they have 1 removal spell or 1 haster, hopefully we don't die. And then next turn, everything gets flying with Noctimun. Gains Unearth. That's not bad. But it's not victory. Wait, what? The unearth cost, you may pay 0 rather than the unearth cost. What the heck? Stop it. Well, we do have to block every single one of these, so that's awkward. Actually, it's better if we do this. Because then we get to keep a creature, and I think we win. And then everything gains flying. I can activate one of these to get a Murgonda. Actually, wait, what? No abilities? This has no ability. Oh, it has flying. That's crazy. We lose because they gained flying? Surely not. That's... Wait, we're... No! I thought that would have been big enough. Thanks to... Yeah, the petroglyphs made them bigger now that they're no longer flying. That's crazy. That's an interaction I did not know with the creatures with no abilities. Well, can't block the flyer, so we die. That was interesting. That Thrill Seeker got them up to full speed so fast. We can do this. It felt like we were doing really strong things there, but just slightly off of lethal. Alright, we actually have a very nice curve here. Rakdos again. I'm just gonna guess that people figured out the Rakdos deck was the best. This has lifelink and it's a 2/3. What? That's crazy. Not that crazy, but pretty nice. Alright, whenever one or more creature dies, put a rec counter on this enchantment at the beginning of upkeep. If this has 1 or more rec counters on it, remove a rec counter and seek a non-land card. That's pretty good. Basically 2 mana, draw a card if this has a counter on it, and they get counters from things dying. And play the Great Fang Chroniclers. What? Destroy target. If you weren't the starting player, it costs 1 less to cast. And destroy something and its controller loses life. What? That's insane. You own. Does that include cards in your hand? I guess we're gonna find out. It does include cards in your hand. Okay. I never realized all creature cards you own includes cards in your hand. I think we kind of well, let's not block. Sure, they go up speed, but surely that won't be a problem. Max speed at the beginning of upkeep, exile the top card of your library. Wait, this is also you own. Does that include cards in your library? I don't understand. Okay. Everything's gonna get bigger. I guess that's just the... Oh, and it's cards, not tokens. So if you had like a token, the token wouldn't get bigger. Okay. So it doesn't, you don't even need creatures on the battlefield before you start casting the Noctimun. That's good to know. This card is pretty decent. Smog Smasher. Blow it up. They took down the Corgi. How rude. Whoa. 2 mana 5/5. Don't mind if I do. What the heck? Okay. This effect, the perpetually thing, is kind of crazy. Everything's a little big. Clock you in the air. Then I do it again next turn. And then I do it again the following turn. We just knocked him winning. Enters, choose a target creature opponent controls, secretly choose a creature or planeswalker that player controls. That player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker of their choice and then sacrifices the chosen permanent. What the heck? That's disgusting. So I choose something, choose opponent, choose a creature, that player sacrifices. Okay, so I choose. So I have to sacrifice something, and they also make me sacrifice something that they chosen. I mean, I'm just sacrifice Moltunder, whatever. And Spectacle also counts our creatures? That's crazy. Hey, man. I'm not here for the mind games. I just, if I want to sacrifice something, I want to sacrifice Moltunder. You know what? You can have the damage. Though what happens max speed at the beginning of your combat and your turn, put all cards exiled with the creature onto the battlefield. What? Don't really want to give them max speed, but I think it's better than blocking at this particular moment. Oh wait, they already got their speed, or is okay. Alchemy is kind of confusing. I don't think it's bad per se, but I just do not have the the wherewithal to play like an entire another format with another card pool. Yeah, I don't think I really need to tap my stuff. Or I guess I could have, whoops. Oh, we have one in hand. That was kind of the reason why I didn't care. But opponent's gonna draw some cards here. Next turn is the turn. Now everything's gonna have flying. This stupid petroglyphs is not gonna do anything. I did it again. I managed to pick the same one. Wait, what? At the beginning of combat, put all... That's disgusting. There's no way. Okay. Can we stop with this Rakdos nonsense? I am so sick of this, Wizards. There's no way you made... I swear the designers at Wizards of the Coast do not care for, like... any sort of balancing, I feel like, between all the different colors here, because what the hell did they just do? They're gonna draw this stupid 2-mana enchantment is gonna keep drawing them cards just because things died, because you know that's what happens in a game of Magic. 2-mana Phyrexian Arena, but better. You don't even lose life. You gotta be kidding me. uh that felt really balanced, what happened there. I definitely picked the wrong deck, I think. That's the second person we ran into Rakdos, and the first game was close. That second game, not very close. We just make big things. That's my issue with the way they design cards with green in them. Big, yes, and that's it. It's like, come on, we can do a little bit more. I'm pretty sure we can. I gotta play this early, right? Yeah. Alright. Hold tender. We might need to keep Moltender on the battlefield here for mana. Well, I guess not. If I mill a land. I mill the land. Alright, we're just gonna play Knock the Moon to stay mana efficient. I don't really want to play out a 2-mana creature that can't even block. Rather get the value. Alright, that is very nice. Because now we can play that, and we can plow. Fight. I don't know if it really matters, but nope, I'm not gonna saddle because they're not gonna get any saddle triggers. Back in trainer. Oh, training grounds. Card. Fuel tank feaster? What the heck? Dang, that is a pretty decent card. We'll play this and then saddle the Rootway Moose so we can get. You know what? If you have an opponent, you got it. Good ramp. We have an amulet that can equip and give +8/+8. Mytonic Ultimus. One less to cast. It casts X class. Cast for greatest power among creature you can control. Dies conjure 2. Wow. 4 mana 8/8 with trample. Okay. That is very, very big. Do we have lethal? No. So I play big thing. $16. 16 is just straight up insane, man. All right. Whoops, I forgot you have to sow before you go to attacks. I guess I swing in with the 2/2. And turn. Okay. First victory. One was it on Is It Goblins or something? I'm assuming that must be one of the options. Is it Goblins? Alright, 2 more games to go. What do we get? It was just straight up rare. Nice. Well, 4 mana, 8/8 with trample might be big enough. No white mana. The amulet would have been pretty strong as well last game. We need the Molt Tender to survive, but we are going first, so I shouldn't have kept this. I forgot how slow Molt Tender is, because you need to lose Summoning Sickness and a card to go in your graveyard. I don't know why they're playing Molt Tender in this deck when Llanowar Elves is legal. I guess they were trying to keep it as many Aether Drift cards as possible. Because this deck has, I don't think, any graveyard synergies. Opponent on Rakdos. That's a very scary place to be. Or scary for us. The Astral Thrill Seeker goes up to 2 speed. Alright, well, we milled the white source. That seems to be my talent, honestly. Could play this. And then crew the moose. Crew the moose. Gotta remember to do this before combat. I've not played much with saddle. Alright, there we go. White source, unlocked. Rest of the hand, turned on. So I guess the unique thing about the amulet, I didn't think about it. Intensity is tracked like outside of the card. So if you have it on the battlefield, it dies or gets removed. I guess if you draw another amulet, it will have the same intensity, I think. I don't know. Three speed. Stop it. I want to get Noctimun down, but I also want to get Amulet down. Okay, this is tax. Search for a plains card if you settle it. I think I'll just settle the moose. Swing in with both. I mean, we're gonna get them to full speed. That's kind of annoying. There's no way we can stop it unless we just don't attack in. So, you know, live fearless today. That's what we're gonna do. They get to tutor their best card out. It does take their entire turn though, so please none of that 5 mana like flying 4/3 that makes me sacrifice multiple things. I hate it. I hate it. It's another super edict. The moose? Is the moose gonna catch hands? Please no. Sideswipe? I feel like you cannot sideswipe a moose. Like moose or meese, no. Moose in real life are like super big. Like I think they weigh. All right, I'll probably have to look this up now that I'm saying things, but I thought I recalled hearing that they weigh like the same amount as like elephants, or can weigh like the same amount as elephants. Probably shouldn't be perilous snaring this, but I want to get my speed going, was my thought. Grab a planes. Opponent scoops. We did it. We did it. Moose can weigh up to 1,800 pounds and stand up to 7 feet tall. Ooh, we got a wild card. Not really. We got a gems. How much does an elephant weigh? Now that I said that it can weigh almost the same. Moose versus elephant. This hand actually seems alright. We almost sneezed. Okay. Not quite on the same weight as elephants, it appears. Because moose said like 1,800 or 1,600 pounds. Elephants can range between 5,000. So that doesn't seem right. Well, seems like a lot. 5,000 and 1,400. Alright, we can put down the Beast Rider to try and not die a little. It's a pretty good, pretty good blocker. Then we can knock them on. Boosted Sloop. That is one card that I feel like might be secretly pretty powerful, but 3 mana. That is the eternal problem. It costs mana. Wow. That is just a few. If I equip this, this increases the power by 3. Not quite enough. We'll just knock them on, get it going. And stay on the defense. I could have swung in. I forgot that it literally has vigilance. It is untapping. This doesn't feel like a alchemy deck the opponent's playing. Does it have removal for the Beast Rider? It's probably fine. I'm just trying to slow them down. Don't want to give them a free... Oh, wait a minute. Kinda needed that thing on the battlefield though to discount my slime. Alright, we made it. Holy cow, that is crazy. Okay, so it's basically Galta but cheaper. It's like if they made Galta like better. Because Galta is 12 mana, but it gets discounted for the amount of power. This is 9 mana, but it gets discounted for the amount of power. You lose some power, but ultimately it just seems better. They just broadside barraged it. Huh? Even if they kill it, we get a 2/4/4s. that if those die, we get even more things. So like, this is... Okay, I see what they were cooking. Yep, that was fun. Okay, I'm a fan of that card. See, they should design cards like that for green in actual standard. What did we get? Yaris. Okay, that is kind of a cool art. Though I don't like that border. The art is cool. I'm not a huge fan of that border. One more win to go. Yeah, it makes 2 cards when it dies. And then those cards make cards. Alright, this hand looks pretty good. Got Lynx turn 2 and then Noctimun. Though Aether Drift really is like kind of Hearthstone-y. That doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. I just I can see it. Alright, is it Perilous Snare turn or time? Yeah, let's get speeding. I don't think we actually have that many start your engine payoffs, so this is probably not worth it. Probably should just be running out the Noctimun. So maybe the opponent has a counter. They could have also exhaust at instant speed, I guess, is the alternative. Ah, I removed your training grounds. Now what you gonna do? Up to 2. Solid deck boss. Squid Pirate. Creature you control with exhaust ability has haste. When it be activate an exhaust ability that isn't a mana ability. Copy it? Huh? Going to play some Jund Exhaust. That was my suggestion. Yeah. I put together a Jund Exhaust list because I saw that well, basically you recommended it or thought would be interested in seeing what I came up with, so just need to win one more midweek Magic game, and then we'll be done with it and we can head on to Jund Exhaust. I don't know if the Jund Exhaust list that I put together is that good, but I think it is kind of fun. I'm playing Souls of the Lost in the deck because generally you don't want to cast the Afterburners Expert, I think, right? So I was like, okay, what do we play to discard it? So I thought Souls of the Lost would be pretty good for that. Ah, you can't stop me, opponent. You cannot stop me. We're going to speed. Then we'll activate both of these so this gets out of broadside barrage range. And I think, why are people playing the Izzet deck? I mean, I guess because they wanted to play it. I feel like Izzet struggles so much because of the removal limitations. It just loses to big stuff. Oh my goodness, flying and death touch. That kind of blows. Mounts and vehicles you control get +1/+1. Well, we have a mana to cast both of these, so. Swing in. We don't have to worry about them being tapped, because they will untap thanks to Beast Rider here. Andrew, are you still with us? Okay, yeah. Blocks with the Sky Seeker Serpent. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. Oh, I guess that's most exhaust abilities. I think they mean ones that produce mana. I forgot what gets defined as a mana ability. A little confusing. Do they have a card that doubles up exhaust abilities in the main set? I don't think so. It was kind of shocking. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, there we go. Let's see what cosmetic we got. Is it always a cosmetic? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what you get out of these rewards that well. Besides, you get things that you don't normally get. Whoa, 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 no. Wait, did we? Oh, wait, we played an extra. Oops. I can't count. We got the 4-week midweek magic events. That's pretty cool. Get rid of these orbs. Well, not orbs, but the notifications. Let's go to orbs. How many do I have? 1. All right, I'll get rid of, or get one of the land cards. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Open the back. Oh, multiple. Must have made progress on the mastery pass. Mythic wild card, sick. I didn't have any. And let's go through the deck. Jund Exhaust. Here we are. So, Jund Exhaust, when I think of Jund Exhaust, there are 2 real cards you're really talking about. You have Afterburner's Expert and Draconics Engineer. Draconics Engineer has 2 exhaust abilities. One of them is 1 red, gives other creatures you control haste, and then you put a counter on it. And the other one you pay for to get a 4/4 flying dinosaur dragon. And then Afterburner's Expert, it does have an exhaust ability, but what really matters is how it interacts with exhaust, because it says whenever you activate exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you want to efficiently get this card into your graveyard, and then when you activate exhaust for Draconics Engineer for 1 red, that ability will go on the stack. The Draconics Engineers will see it. They'll come back from the graveyard to the battlefield, and then they will resolve, giving those creatures haste. So you get a bunch of hasty 4/2s, which is pretty cool. So we need to get this card into our graveyard. So we are playing a bit of a graveyard deck with Dredger's Insight and Overlord of the Mailmerk. Dredger's Insight mills 4. You can return an artifact, creature, or land. And then whenever you return an artifact or creature, you gain a life. It only returns from among the milled cards, which is important to note. Whereas Overlord of the Mailmerk, if you impend it or you cast it or it attacks, it mills 4 cards and you return non-avatar creature card or planeswalker. So we are playing 1 Lilion of the Veil, just because we can grab it with the Mailmerk, and it's a pretty strong card, and also discards, so you know, synergizes with the deck. And then since we're playing these things that can get back creatures and artifacts, we are playing kind of utility creatures. So we have Callous Sellsword, which we can return from our graveyard to our hand to burn together. Notably, this deck is Jund color, so we can cast both the Callous Sellsword and the burn together. We have Haywire Might for enchantments and artifacts. We have Fanatical Firebrand to just like ping and burn things. We can kill Heartfire Heroes with this. We are playing, or I'm trying out Grim Bauble, because we can return it with the Dredger's Insight if we mill it with it, which is kind of nice. And then it's also -2/-2, so this can kill pretty much everything in most mono red decks besides the Screaming Nemesis. I can get rid of the Manifold Mouse, the Emberheart Challengers, and yeah, the Heartfire Heroes before they get pumped. We're also playing Harvester of Misery as one of our creature spells, or removal spells. It is also a creature, so we can get it back. We can discard it for 2 and give -2/-2. I'm not playing Bloodghast, which maybe is a wrong thing, just because I didn't really think I had the space to fit it between I wanted to play Souls of the Lost, and then these cards, and then these are my milk cards, and then I wanted a fair amount of removal, and I wanted to play Sellsword because Souls of the Lost can get really massive, so flinging it is pretty good. So I didn't really find that much room in the deck to add it, and then I was afraid that it might not do that much, and it does technically leave the graveyard, so it does not work that well with Souls of the Lost. I just thought Souls of the Lost might be pretty powerful. It did show up in like the Golgari graveyard deck that into the top 8 in the Pro Tour, so I thought maybe I should try out some things with the card. So I'm just trying to make use of Souls of the Lost, I guess, is the answer. Speaking of making use of Souls of the Lost, we are playing one Garruk's Uprising because this gives trample, and then it cares about creatures having power 4 or greater, so it can give our Souls of the Lost trample. So if our Souls of the Lost is like a 8-9, it will now have trample, which is helpful. And then also it works well with the Afterburner's Expert because Afterburner's Expert's power is 4, and so whenever we reanimate it, it'll trigger the Uprising. Some cards that I was thinking about were obviously I had a little discussion about Bloodghast. Bloodghast, I was thinking about playing it. Cynical Loner. The thought crossed my mind of playing this because it can tutor things into the graveyard when it's tapped. I guess another card that I thought about. What is the card called? It's a green creature tutor thing. Oh, it's Fauna Shaman. Yeah, Fauna Shaman I thought about playing because you can... Right. That go where I wanted, or did it just go to the end of my lands? Gosh darn it. There we go. Thought about playing Fauna Shaman because you can pay a green discard your like Afterburner's Expert to tutor for another Afterburner's Expert or tutor for the Draconics Engineer if you didn't find it, but I was worried it might be kind of slow, so I opted out of that. Cynical Loner, again, yeah. And we don't really mind things going to the graveyard, so I thought about playing Diabolic Intent as a way to kind of grab whatever we wanted. Fag Feast is a nice removal spell that fills your graveyard, so I thought about it, but it's not I thought I would try out like the creature-based ones so we can bring them back. For some reason, I also was part of the reason was I was considering Urborg Lurgoyf, which cares about the number of creature cards specifically in your graveyard, where Souls of the Lost cares about just permanence in general. So you could probably tweak some of this stuff to just be more permanent focused, but it's nice being able to get it back with Baelmerk as well. I thought about playing Loot with the Cauldron. I just felt like it was kind of the deck. I feel like Afterburner's Expert and Draconics Engineer, the combo is kind of like aggro focused, sort of like you're trying to beat down, and Loot and assembling Cauldron felt a little bit more combo-y, so I thought it kind of diverged from the main idea of the deck. And then I thought about playing Voldaren Thrillseeker with Calisel, or as kind of like the same reason I was thinking about Calisel Sword, because you can fling Souls of the Lost, and your Afterburner's Expert you don't really mind flinging because you can get it back for 1 red mana potentially. So that is the deck. We're playing 6 Surveil lands, and then all of the Verges, and then 6 basics. That's kind of how I've been setting up these 3-color mana maces with the Verges. So let's see how we can do on the ranked ladder. I didn't play a ton of games with it yet on the ranked ladder. I played like 4 games yesterday, but one of the games I had a very interesting game against Esper Pixie where they didn't really do anything. They played Temporary Lockdown and they blinked it like 3 or 4 times, and I had too many Dredger's Insights on the battlefield, so I just ended up milled. That was kind of a tilter in some regard, because they just didn't do much and then played Temporary Lockdown like 5 times. Okay, collector's cage with no 1-drop is nice for us. A little slowed down, which is awesome. And I can't apparently figure out what card I want to play. I meant to play Out of Forest and Treasure's Insight. Let's get rid of the Evangelist. Alright, we can play green, play the Treasure's Insight and the Grim Bauble. Looks like we're gonna have to grab back a land. Unfortunately, when you grab back lands, they do not gain you life. Only artifacts and creatures. We have... I'll grab one more green. Then we'll bobble something just to keep their... We want to keep their kind of board clear so they can't get the free card with the cage. At least that's the idea. Sandstorm Salvager. Fortunately, the opponent has a tap land. They won't be able to do the thing they wanted to, which is good for us. This is kind of silly, but I'm gonna get rid of their 3/3 by flinging my expert at it. And then next turn I can get back with the engineer and play Calicel Sword as well. Opponent, if they have the Gear Hulk though, this gets ugly. I feel like they have, if they have the Graveyard Hate or in their tutor box, it gets pretty rough for us. Okay, Paw Patch Recruit does not mean they get to Collector's Cage, thankfully. Okay, well, could use one of those Harvester of Miseries right about now. That would blow up most of their board. Actually, all of it, but... Yeah, I'll just play out the Engineer and the Cell Sword. And then we can hold up the activation. The exhaust abilities you can activate at instant speed, so... Sure, I could activate it and swing in, but I'm hoping to surprise block them. We'll gain some life for the Insight, but... The Treasure's Insight. Sheltered by Ghost. What are they going to target? Engineer, so we'll go ahead and activate that. Get back our Afterburner's Expert. Gain a life. Really would like an Overlord of the Bailmerk. If I could grab some. Oh my goodness, of course, it's Bright Glass Gear Hulk. And then they can tutor up Graveyard Hate, I'm pretty sure, inward. Nope, okay, they don't have it. Or they just don't care. And a land. Can I stop getting lands? Okay, that can go to the graveyard because we can get it back for free. Well, not free, but we can get it back. I think we pass, and we might activate Grim Bauble. We might activate the exhaust ability on Grim or Afterburner Expert. Opponent swinging with their flyer, so nothing on board. It's good because we can activate our Bauble then. We really need to get to some action though. Targeting the expert. I think we're fine with that. We think we just need to find a sweeper. Sort of. Alright, Harvester of Misery. That is exactly what we want to see. Dracononyx Engineer up next. That's also good. So we'll take that. And then... I almost feel like cutting a land in this deck, man. Pump their flyer. Get our engineer back. And we can get our Afterburner expert back at instant speed. Trample plus first strike. That is actually kind of a brutal combo. Well, I will activate this. Then I might just triple block Gearhulk then. We have another engineer off the top. It's 5. So almost got away. Oh my goodness. Stop. They can sacrifice their collector's cage and get rid of the Harvester of Misery. We can make a flying 4/4. Okay, they don't have another Dark Rose Reliquary. That's good for us. What do we got? Just one Afterburner's expert? Okay. I feel like I gotta make a flyer at the same time though. So I don't die to the, yeah, I have to block the bat. So I have to make the dragon. If I swing in with everything, I don't have lethal, so I can't do that either. Just pass and activate on their turn. You can get the expert back again if they kill it. We're fighting for dear life. The fact that we didn't find a Overlord feels pretty rough. Oh my god, there's no way they found another freaking Bright Glass Gearhulk and unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the Sanguine Evangelist. Yeah, I feel like this is just kind of not a great matchup, but we also just did not draw the right start. We needed the Souls of Lost, because our Souls of Lost would be big 8/8. Oh my goodness. This Gearhulk is gonna clobber me. I think I might just be dead. Well, I'm exhausted. What the heck, man? Wouldn't never stop gassing. Doesn't really matter. We take 6. 7. And we take 6. I planned that. Down to 1, right? Yeah. And another land. That's just brutal. No good. All right. Might have make some changes to this deck if next kind of two more games go poorly. Trying not to just spam edits. All right, Souls of the Lost, Afterburner's Expert. We have a curve, and we have the mana, and we have the big chunky. So if the opponent's playing an aggressive deck and they win first, we don't have any of our removal. All right, another Souls of the Lost, very nice. Overlord of the Baelmerk, sweet. We can play Dredger's Insight first, because otherwise Souls of the Lost is just not very big. Uh-oh, Esper Pixie. That's no good. Alright, we can blow that up with Harvester of Misery. Sounds alright. We can get back any of the other cards with our Baelmerk eventually. Entity Tracker. That is a little obnoxious. We cannot kill it. Why is everything with 3 toughness show up when I play a deck that has -2/-2 effects? Can we... Nah, it's just standard. Whoops. What is the right move here? I feel like we just gotta get something to the board and hope to, hope that we can just play Big Beater and get going. Next turn we can play Baelmerk, or Dredger's Insight into Baelmerk. Or we can play Dredger's Insight into Harvester of Misery on the Scavenger. Lots of Restless Fortages, or Fortresses. Fortage. Okay, that can get back our Afterburner's Expert, which is nice. This could get a land, so I'll hold off playing the mountain for a second. It also makes our Souls of the Lost bigger. Cannot get back the Garruk's Uprising, but this does give us another black source, but I guess that doesn't really change anything right now. Probably should have grabbed the land, because I could have grabbed that with the Baelmerk. My bad. Alright. Please don't temporary lockdown loop me. I'm scared. I have 2 Dredger's Insight, so that will mill me out pretty quickly. Get the Harvester of Misery, I think. Just like more removal. Gain 2 more. Now we have a 10-11. Turn 4. And yes, I'm going to swing in, and hopefully the opponent doesn't have a bounce spell. What? Can't believe they would do that. 5 mana open. They're just gonna activate. No way. What is this? Well, they just opened themselves up to getting Souls of the Lost to the face, so we will take that. I will discard a Harvester of Misery. I guess I should have played out the Dracononyx Engineer. Then maybe do this next turn? Nah, we'll do this. It's funny. Take 10. Or 11. We call that burn. The Overlord is impending, so we do have some sort of inevitability. We have haste with the Engineer, so I think that was a good play. Maybe. Maybe not. We don't have Trample, because we milled our one of Gilbert's Uprising. Okay, that's pretty nice. I mean, I think I'll play a Souls of the Lost. Or will I? No. I'll play the Engineer, activate the Engineer, give things haste. I guess I could play a Souls of the Lost and give it haste. Let's make them have it. Let's make them have it or make them block, you know? Did kind of play this in the wrong order, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, surely. Gain 2. What is going to start drawing cards though? The scary thing. Opponent trades their creature. It's crazy. Souls of the Lost is now a 14/15. Just need another Calisel Sword or an Overlord off the top. Gets us a Calisel Sword from our graveyard. I think we have one. Yeah, we have one in our graveyard. Entity Tracker main phase. No. Okay, well. This is not the ideal way to be playing Souls of the Lost, but big thing. Go swing. I'll sacrifice a Dredger's Insight. And I guess I'll sacrifice another Dredger's Insight to play out another Souls of the Lost. What are you gonna do now, opponent? My 16/17. Ah. You paid 2 mana to remove it. Fair enough. And then you drew 2 cards for playing removal. Yep. Gotcha. I should have held on to one of them. Okay. White. Nope. Finally, Overlord's here. Next turn we mill. They're gonna kill my Cell Sword and draw too. Dude, I hate this Entity Tracker. It's just so over. It's so unbelievably over because Every freaking card, if you don't remove it, just wins you the entire game. 1-drop wins you the game. 3-drop wins you the game. Hey. What happened to the once per turn restriction? Oh my god. I don't want to play anymore. Just really don't want to play anymore. That was sucked. I'm done having fun playing Magic. I can't, man. It's so stupid. Oh. This gives trample, so it seems pretty good. Need more card draw. Need more removal. Need more everything. What can we do? Evolve Sleeper, maybe. One of. That'll fix it, surely. Drew, what is your Jund exhaust deck? I don't think my deck's very good. Opponent is ramping, so maybe their Esper affinity. So now we have all the removal and our opponent's playing an artifact deck that doesn't really have creatures until they have like the biggest creatures in the entire world. The constructs always get massive. Great. I guess I should keep that. We can use the power stone to activate exhaust ability or activate abilities, so we can use it on exhaust abilities. So we probably don't want to get rid of it. Might sacrifice the bauble to Souls of the Lost. Try and get a big creature down. My 5/6. Do you have a counterspell? Well, there goes everything. Ay, ay, ay. I think I'm done with Junt Exhaust. I can't make it work. That I would like to see in the graveyard, but Can't make that happen right now, so just cast it and maybe the opponent will remove it. I have Where are all our other treasures, insights, and overlords? I feel like maybe I need even more self-mill cards. Ay, ay, ay. I feel like on the curve of like how much you enjoy standard, I fall towards the range closer to where CGB stands, where standard, it's just not quite the same as what it felt like. And I know that's kind of just a very generic complaint, but the expansion of standard means that more to like to have a viable deck, you have to compete against more cards, and makes brewing, I feel like, much more frustrating. And a bounce spell. We don't even get to send it to the graveyard. I'm not gonna play the might until I can activate it. I don't want to expose it to removal. It says non-creature artifact and enchantment, so we really can't get rid of the memory guardians in any efficient way right now, which is kind of frustrating. I guess I can do this. I swear, if you bounce this thing, I'm gonna lose it. I am going to lose it, opponent. I can't be asked. I'm so done. Ay, ay, ay. No, I can't play Jund Exhaust. Alright, we'll try another idea that I had. Somebody mentioned, which was Simic Artifacts. Sounds interesting. We did get some new ones. And it's an excuse to play Ancient Cornucopia, so Memory Guardian, obviously going to be one of the ones that we want to play. We can play Synthesizer. Thopter Fabricator could be okay, but do we have anything like that draws cards? I guess we have Maze Mind Tome that could work. Is Tome that good? What are we doing for artifacts? Enigma Jewel. You could play that with Tome to get value. What do we have for green artifacts? I guess is one of the big questions. We have Haywire Might, which is just a good card, so we'll probably play that. Incubation Sack. Re-oil counter. 4 mana for a 3/3 is just so expensive. 2 mana for a 3/3 still feels expensive if we have the Enigma Jewel, so I don't think we can afford to play that. Cash. Okay, Twitching Doll is probably okay. Heaped Harvest isn't bad. Oh, World Wagon. That was one of the cards I wanted to play with it as well. Okay, this is a lot of expensive artifacts, though. Colorless. What do we have for colorless artifacts? Are any of these? I guess a Ghost Vacuum. Play it to hate on the graveyard decks. Spectrum Sentinel. That is a funny option. Maze Mind Tome. I'm not entirely opposed to playing Maze Mind Tome. So we could play the Garruk's Uprising and try and draw a million cards that way. Our curve is so gross. Just like 3 drops. Not deck. Cornucopia is probably not actually worth it in the deck, unfortunately. We get a vehicle that can hit hard if we play the World Wagon. Alright, what adds mana? Only for abilities, so that's not super useful. Or not always going to be useful. Play the doll. Can't hurt to have some more ramp. Where's the 2 mana ramp? There we go. Iron Crag will play 2. Treasure map isn't bad. I guess I should really be thinking about what we can do about the board. We have bounce off. We have into the flood maul, but there's also lost march or machine over matter if you control an artifact creature. Okay, we'll probably play that. I do want to play. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna put Garruk's Uprising in as a way to draw a bunch of cards, hopefully. And then that card looks gross. I guess, is there any green like fight artifacts? I don't think there are. Fight. No. How do we remove things permanently? That is the real question here. There is that counter. Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Play some diversion units then, I guess. A braided net. I'm pretty sure this card's supposed to be pretty good. We'll play a braided net or 2 for card draw as well. Maybe we go down the Garruk's Uprising or Uprising or 2 because we have the net. The Simulacrum is pretty good, but again, our curve is looking pretty miserable. I'm going to play the almighty Spectrum Sentinel. Alright. Hopefully this won't be a complete flop, but I would not hold my breath. Okay, that is land sort of sorted. I don't think we have too many color pips, so probably be okay. Or probably be okay. And we'll just end it. I think we'll only play a handful of games, and then I'm going to take a break from Magic for the night. Alright, Iron Crag is nice. Play the Past Land. One is on Is It Colors. I guess I'll play out the Ghost Vacuum so they don't kill the Mite. Want to make sure that it doesn't just die before the opponent plays something relevant. That is a creature, so we cannot deal with it with the Haywar Mite, unfortunately. We'll run out of the Haywar Mite now just because our hand is running dry. I guess the downside to Memory Garden is it's not 4 power, so it doesn't trigger the what was it called? Uprising. We need our Braided Net to start drawing cards. Opponent seems to be on... Is it Delirium? That was both a question and a statement. I will exile a card from your graveyard. Thank you. Oh my goodness. These lands are not friendly. Not a friendly amount of lands. Alright, if the opponent plays that enchantment, we can block and sack the Mite. Or just sack the Mite to deal with it. I don't think I can... Yeah, exile target non-creature artifact or enchantment. Just losing my mind. Spectrum Sentinel. Oh my god, this... can I draw my cards in the right order, please? I just would simply like to do something besides nothing. Maybe I'm just bad at building decks. That's... I mean, I already knew this, but... Opponent playing a Delirium deck, I think, because they're playing enchantment creature and an enchantment creature. Or maybe they're just playing Is It enchantments and they're abusing that 3-drop that we got utterly annihilated by. Okay, you know what? I am suddenly a fan of this deck. Duplimancy is such a fun card. When you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. Things are gonna get out of hand. Okay, I'd block this. I guess I could have blocked the Hulk. Oh no, I can't block the Hulk Creeper. I probably should have... You know what? I don't want to talk about it. I don't know why I did not go for the Duplimancy. Ah, man, it's not a good day for me. Oh gosh. They can endlessly loop it. Alright, the thing showed up very late, but here it is. My opponent immediately abrades it. That'd be funny. Ooh, Uprising. That doesn't actually help us. Why did I keep it? Thought we had a 4-power creature. Dang. Mondays, am I right? Wait. We're just gonna die to Hull Creepers that we cannot block. And our plan of going big and stonewalling is not going to, not gonna work. Now it has trample. What do you do, opponent? Did I have an opportunity to activate Ghost Vacuum? Yes, I did. I will not be taking any questions. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I probably should have just paid the six mana to sacrifice Ghost Vacuum. And then I would not have to worry. Though if they kill the... Okay, this is... I do like the Duplomancy. Maybe we can try and make our own Duplomancy deck. Now we can activate the Ghost Vacuum to get rid of our creature so that it triggers our synthesizer when we sacrifice the Ghost Vacuum, which is cool. Check this out, opponent. Wow. Oh wait, I have to discard. Oops. Alright, we can discard probably the diversion unit. Land off the top is pretty nice. And then we can just be friends, opponent. That was explosive, right? There's the entity tracker. I hate this card. I hate it. I've decided I've hated it. I hate it because it's got used in Esper Pixie, and that deck gave me nightmares. I like how all of our creatures have trample, which they didn't originally have, and have flying, which they didn't originally have. But yeah, I see. They make copies of their enchantment creatures, which triggers the Eerie. And their engine is also an enchantment. We do have to sacrifice our Haywire Might, otherwise we die. But if you look outside of that, we're doing alright. Tony can make use of their second Duplomancy. I should have probably done this a different time. And we are dead to Monstrous Rage. Opponent's deck is cool, but see, oh man, I'm just triggered by standard. I think that's my issue. Do I dare go play? Have this historic deck put together. I wonder if the viewers would actually be interested. See if I can find it. I think I called it Gambler's Paradise. Oh, here we go. This is obviously the most best deck ever. It is a mono green. This was, when did I play this last? Probably, realistically, I played it like over a year ago, but it's just a pretty aggressive mono green ramp deck that goes Wooburg because you have Chromatic Lantern, you have Golos, which can tutor up World Tree, which can get you all of your mana colors so that you can activate Golos to exile the top 3 cards of your library and cast them for free. And then we have a bunch of bombs, one of them being Genesis Ultimatum, which looks at the top 5, and you can put any number of permanents among them onto the battlefield. So we have trying to have a fair amount of permanents. And then we also have Atali, which is a permanent creature. When it enters, you get to exile the top 2 card, or you exile the top card of your library, or the top non-land permanent or non-land card of your library, and top non-land card of the opponent's library. And we have Gaia's Blessing because I don't know, because we can mill ourselves with Ren. At one point I had Vorinclex in the deck, and you could just kind of play out Ugin, or get Ugin onto the battlefield, and also immediately -7 to gain 7 life, draw 7, and puts it up to 7 permanents. And then we have Radiant Fountain for some life gain in our mana base. Let's see if this deck is actually any good on historic. I'm trying out a change of pace. Whoops, historic. Ranked, where are you? A few dozen decks. I'm bad at deleting. And then also there's the kind of like starter decks that they gave you that I didn't delete. I should probably just delete. Historic ranked. Where'd it go? There we go. But yeah, we have Arboreal Grazer that can ramp us on turn 1, and then it has a reach and 3 toughness, so it's pretty good at jumping for a few turns, though I think Historic is a very interesting queue, because you get some really relaxed decks, and then also you just have very powerful cards. This hand seems kind of bad. I haven't played this deck in a while, so alright, here we go. Ramp. Surely we draw into lands. We're playing like 26 or 25, 27, I don't know. That we can consistently hit lands. Because we need him for Arboreal Grazer and Explorer. Or you could draw a card and you can play an additional land. Fanatic of Ronus is pretty good. Oh, missed on the land. That's ugly. Yeah, I was playing this deck when that came out. I think that was a while ago. And also Utopia Sprawl recently came out. Maybe we make a few upgrades to this deck. Or try to make a few upgrades to this deck. The opponent seems to be on a mono green devotion deck, which honestly I need to hop on. Storm the Festival. Oh my god. Is this the one of the nut draws? They have Nissa. They can untap this because it's a forest on top of it, or no, they can just untap any land, so they can activate it again. Oh my gosh. That's dang, Outcaster Trailblazer also seems kind of good for this kind of, or for the devotion decks. Blue Chronos, I'll draw them 3 cards. Yow. This is turn 4. That's what ley lines do, man. And Nykthos. Nykthos is just straight up a busted card. Karn. That's gotta be a good game because they have access to like 15 mana. No, wait, more than that because, yeah. Yeah, that. At least this feels like a novel way of losing. That should. Oh, that's not quite lethal. Well, they can activate a land, and then that should be lethal. That's almost Xaxes. 2 over, I think. Oh, no. 1. Which is perfect, actually. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl would be probably a really good add to this deck. But yeah, what was I saying? When I was saying that, I feel like I should elaborate on what I was saying earlier, but that, I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like Standard is in a great spot, and, you know, I don't, like, entirely disagree, but for me, Standard is just kind of frustrating. because it's not quite or like it's severe. It feels a lot less janky and dear me. Well, we have anti-mill card Gaia's blessing, so I don't think we have to really worry too much, but funny. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, standards changed. It's I feel like the power level almost certain. I don't know if I'm just like old manning here, but I feel like the power level has gone up, and then on top of that, please don't drown in the lock. We can be friends. Gosh darn. But yeah, the power level in standard I feel like almost certainly has gone up, and then actually I think I have Nick though, so I could power this up. Anyways, standard more powerful, and it also has been very same or like since its longer rotation. I don't know. If you're someone who plays the games super rigorously, I feel like, oh no, we drew into our Gaia's blessing. We needed that. Oh wow, our graveyard is fuller than I thought. Okay. Chromatic Lantern and Radiant Fountain and Forest. I don't know. I just need to draw a land, really. Not Genesis Ultimatum. But yeah, I don't know. No, they also just exiled the other guy's blessing. There's no way. The opponent got so lucky. That's insane. Also, I think part of it, I guess also is I just feel very frustrated when I look on YouTube and I see everyone else putting out new content saying, oh, this deck's busted or whatever, this deck's amazing, broken, breaking the meta, I'm ranking up ridiculously, like you wouldn't believe it, this win percent, blah 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 blah. And when I play decks, I try not to, or I'm bad at the game, bad at making decks, and I try not to exaggerate. It just doesn't feel like the decks that I play end up that broken. All right, crab, it is your you're gonna crab your last crab, opponent. Oh wait, they have drown in the lock. No. All right, Ugin. 3 damage. Crab down. Heal the ruin. Uh-oh. Do we have any mana fixing left? Because we need red mana so we can cast Atali. Oh. Yep, that's gonna do it. That is unfortunate. All right, we're gonna try actually making a new version of this. I see, or a new historic deck, at least. I'm sorry to all my standard viewers right now. I need to escape from standard. My mind is melted. I have a fair amount of, I think I have Leyline. Do I have a full playset of Leyline of Abundance? No, I don't, but I think I have a fair amount of, so I could full Leyline. I think I have Nick those because I Nick those. Yeah, I do have Nick those. So we could do cheating mana with Nick those. I want Utopia Sprawl. And then I like Arboreal Grazer, but maybe this is a little troll. And then what was my big cards that I were playing? That was, wow, I am so bad at words. I was playing. So we had Ugin, Ulamog, Genesis Ultimatum, Ruinous Ultimatum, Atali, and Golos. We'll go Golos. Primarily a Golos deck and Genesis Ultimatum. I don't actually think this, the way I put the deck together here, is going to be that great. We can play a Leyline of the Guild Pact and nick those though. I think that's fine. Playing a Abundance, don't know if that's quite worth. I do like Utopia Sprawl because we're mostly going to be playing Force, I feel like. Ugin, we will put Eugene down in the deck. And then Atali, because that's also another free spell nonsense. I don't think we need a full playset. Hey yo, Ruinous Ultimatum, that was what I was reading. Ruinous. And then Grazer and Explorer. I feel like this is just, I'm combining the wrong things, but take it and out for a spin and see what happens. Alright, we need to fix the land base though. Have the, oh my goodness, there's so many lands. Alright, mostly forests I think we're gonna want. Oh, that's what I was thinking, World Tree. We'll play the 3 World Trees that I had in the old deck. And I had 26 lands in the old deck. Maybe the Nykthos plus Ley Lines should be good enough. And then Leyline of the Guild Pack plus Nykthos instead of Chromatic Lantern seems alright. Could probably go up. Abundance doesn't actually do anything in this deck the way we have it set up, so maybe we get rid of that, play some more lands. Well, Radiant Fountain. Play those, and then I want to play 26 lands, I think. What are, oh, Ulamog. Or I was gonna put Gaia's Blessing. No, that doesn't really make sense if we don't have the Ren in 7. I think we'll just play another Atali and then an Ulamog as well. Ulamog's really good because he can exile any permanents. Alright. Quick brew. I hate that when you add a particular card first, that card stays as the deck's art even if you remove it. Oops, I'm so used to going to standard ranked. It just doesn't seem the most sensible. So the Nykthos Leyline plan is probably not very good with like no ley lines. Though we do have Utopia Sprawl, which makes it slightly better, I think. Okay, well, that hand seems rough, and this hand seems questionable, but we'll take the Sloth Beast. Did they add Sloth to the card? I feel like they added Sloth to the card. We're now gonna go check Scryfall and see if they added Sloth to Arboreal Grazer. Yeah, they added sloth. That's interesting. Wonder when they did that. Alright, Utopia Sprawl is pretty nice. Play this on the Evercard Forest. We'll add red. I don't think it really matters. And I think we want to explore here. Land, and we'll play another grazer. Alright, how much mana do we have? Not much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. Yeah. Not really breaking the game yet. Our red snow-covered forest. Opponent seems to be on affinity. We can take 3. Let's not waste a grazer on 3 damage. Genesis Ultimatum is nice. Need that Golos. Thought Monitor means they're gonna draw. And block 2, take 7. Next turn we can double jump. Nykthos. Oh my god. And we need to add back the other ley lines if we want to play Nykthos, a full place of Nykthos, because this is very troll. Yeah. Don't think what we did to the deck made it that much better, but I probably could wait a turn, but I'm gonna add back the Leyline of Abundance maybe. If we add back, what do we cut though? We can cut this Explorers. So they draw cards, which is the upside. Maybe we just go down the Grazers, go down some lands. Go back down to 22 lands. And then play Abundance. Leyline of Abundance plus Llanowar Elves, though I guess Paradise Druid is what we should be playing, but isn't Paradise Druid a... Not Druid. Paradise. Birds of Paradise. It's a rare. Oi oi oi. We're gonna spend... Nope. Need actual card count. Mostly green deck. Sanctum Weaver, we don't have any yet. That's unfortunate. Card draw. I feel like mostly want our deck to be base green if we can. Elvish Visionary. You know what? Why not? Probably like the silliest edition, but probably isn't actually the worst. It's 2 mana, draw a card, and chump block. Maybe that's worth something. Though we should probably go look at the way devotion decks are put together and just try and copy them some. Utopia Sprawl, I guess we'll take this, but turn 1 Evolve Sleeper, interesting, and we top deck the Ley Line. Probably should have mulliganed. I never learn. No, that was what I was going to put into the deck. Cavern of Souls as well. There's pretty much no reason not to play Cavern of Souls. To prevent ourselves from getting countered. This looks like 2022 mono black almost. but I guess you get Cavernous Souls. Nighthawk Scavenger, interesting. Bro, if I draw another ley line, I'm gonna lose it. Gotta play for the Nykthos starts, I guess. You know what? That's what we need. We need Storm the Festival, but none of our stuff can get hit by Storm the Festival. Oh my god. This is a disaster. I'm gonna say that I probably made the deck worse. Alright. Try and mulligan better this time. See if it's any better. Opponent, please be kind. No, they have the title of a mono red player, but they have Gandalf. Double ley lined. Surely this will work. Nykthos off the top. Nykthos off the top taps for 8 mana. 8 green mana. Yeah, maybe we should just drop the 5-color plan. If we're going ley lines, ley lines plus Nykthos, I don't think you can expect to have a 5-color payoff. So need to this ley line plan is probably not for this deck. Opponent shocked in a beanstalk. Oh boy, and they have Yorion. They got some spicy cards. The 80 card special because of Yorion. Fatal Push the Bird. No. Opponent, we could be friends. Alright, we just need to top deck a land, and then next turn we can spin Golos. Or cast Genesis Ultimatum. Oh wait, we can just grab Nykthos. Holy. That's pretty big. Maybe we can play Golos with the mono green, like Nykthos plan. Ooh. We tap it for colorless. Tap it for oodles of green. I don't know why I'm doing this because we don't really have anything to spend the mana on, but it looks cool. We'll grab I could grab a World Tree, but we'll just grab a Radiant Fountain. We need the life, surely. Next turn, we can spin Golos and get 3 free spells. Cards. It's not. You can play them this turn. Golos never did anything wrong. I love the art for Golos. You have like different colors. It looks like it was taken... Oh. Odd, I guess. Yeah. Hi. Ooh. Genesis Ultimatum. We did the thing where we put a bunch of free stuff. Alright, we will add the Utopia Sprawl to this. I'll choose red for if we need it on our buddy Atali. Atali is really good in this deck because if you can flip it over to the Blightsteel Colossus, you just have like a one hit wonder. Grab, I guess, another World Tree, because why not? We don't have any gods in our deck, which is probably a bit of a oversight. I guess we could do... No. I was about to say, you have to pay double Wooburg into your World Tree. So, not very useful in that regard. No. Opponent keeps removing her stuff. We need Ugin. Elvish Visionary is not bad. I mean, I guess I'll do this. Make a bajillion green. Play Elvish Visionary, draw a card. It's not the ultimatum. We'll gain some life, and then pump some mana into Leyline Abundance to give everything +1. Rolling. Proliferate the Visionary. Be kind, opponent. Do it. Do it. I think they clicked on it thinking that it auto-selected it and then clicked on it again when they realized they were so close. Binding of the Old Gods, that's really good. Cultivate. I was not expecting that. Binding's really nice because it destroys any non-land permanent. Ay, caramba. Another land. Take this, Vraska. Just any of those bombs off the top of our library. Akali, Ugin, what is... Need another one. Akali, Ugin, Ulamog. I mean, Ulamog doesn't... You don't get the cast trigger, but... Actually, no, we would get the cast trigger. Golos, we could play Golos and activate it, so that also would be a fine draw here. This is really a deck about top decking. Top deck the Genesis Ultimatum, cast it, hit 3 Atalis, win the game. Titan of Industry. Wow. It's just like a Sultai mid-range deck. Well, actually, it looks like it's 5 color probably. Shield counter on Titan. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Down goes one of our ley lines. Are they gonna get rid of our Visionary? They do not. We're not getting Golos back. I just realized that effect is permanent. Forgot about that. It's not the same thing as Kitesail Larcenous where it's while it's on the battlefield. Alright, the top deck is here. Have no fear. We hit Ugin. We hit Ugin. It is here. So we have to -7 Ugin if we want to make it happen. Maybe not best idea. We have Blightsteel acquired. We have 2 shield counters. Funny. 3 to the face. Ah, too late to say thanks. I was focused on what I was doing. Trample Death Touch. No. This is 7 mana, so if we -7 Ugin, we would have lost our Atali. Though they can turn Atali into treasure. Gosh darn it, oh man. It's just not... I am not playing with any brain cells. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Dex. Alright, so I think the ley line thing is probably not the best for the plan here. Gotta make room. Alright, we will get rid of some of these. Let's go back to the original deck list. I want to make a slight update to this and then now play a game with it and then I think we'll call the stream. But alright, Utopia Sprawl is gotta be good. There's no reason not to play a Nykthos. We can also play a Cavern. Like 2 copies of Cavern seem decent. 1, 2, 3. We're playing Utopia Sprawl. Maybe we go down Explorer. It's pretty good though. Got a copy of Ren. Go down to 2 Explorers. I don't know. The thing with Explorer is it puts a land. Lands are permanent and draws you a card. So like the floor of it is pretty alright. Probably can just cut Ren maybe. Is the thought. Cut Ren. Ren does make some really big tree folks. Cut the guy's blessing. That does mean we're just gonna lose to Mill. It was funny when I was playing the deck in Historic, and whenever you got matched up against Mill, it was pretty much a free win. But Atali we'll put another copy of and run it like this. Just mostly added Utopia Sprawl as another way to ramp on one. That's not what I want to do.
While other formats focus on new cards, Historic is all about...
Why? Yo, why is Sparky talking to me about Historic like I'm a new player? That's kind of wild. Maybe it has to do with the fact that they updated the new player experience somewhat recently, but we just played several games of Historic. I want them to make another Golos, but make it less busted. So I can actually play it. I just love the art for Golos. And then he obviously has a busted effect, but this is the curve we want to see. A Boreal Grazer turn 1, turn 2 land, like Chromatic Lantern or something like that. Next turn Golos, following turn land, spin Golos. But red. Opponent seems to be ramping hardcore with Ugin's Labyrinth, for instance. So something big and colorful is coming. Mystic Forge, that's pretty darn spooky. Oh wow, they have the... what do they call this? Lithoform Engine. Put this on Scout. It's everybody's favorite, Golos. Grab the World Tree. Next turn, we can activate Golos' ability for 7 mana. And hopefully hit an Atali and steal one of their big Eldrazi's. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Okay. We're okay for now. Cavern on a Eldrazi. They make a spawn, so they have like 9 mana? So if they draw a land, they might actually be able to cast it. So it is time to gamble like this game is. And a Genesis Ultimatum off of Golos. So we go 5 cards deeper. We can get the permanents from them, put them onto the battlefield. Hopefully one of those will be an Atali. So we get to flip top card of the library and top card of the opponent's library and cast them. Ugin and Guardian Idol. It's too funny. Probably in hindsight. Wait, I can play Explorer and then play the Radiant Fountain to gain my 2 life. We have a backup Golos. Everything's great. We can one-shot the opponent with a Tali. Next turn. That's what you want to do with the deck. Spin into spin into spin into win. No, they have opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Clearing Feshbreaker. That is somewhat spooky, but I think what we're about to do will be much scarier. Don't quite have the mana that we would like, but I think we just cast Ruinous Ultimatum, we technically win. Blow up everything you control. That puts them back into the Stone Age, and GG. That was fun. Our ramp there was exactly what we wanted to see. Ramp turn 1, ramp turn 2, into Golos, which ramps you, and then next turn you spin Golos. Alright, this hand doesn't seem bad. We have ramp turn 1 into ramp turn 2. We don't have Golos though. Alright, well, we found another land drop, which is key to getting to our full... Okay, the opponent is on a flash deck. Interesting. Oh, we will block with the Sloth. Ooh, that's pretty good. Try countering this. Ayah. It's Golos. Golos will grab me a land that gains me 2 life. And then he will use his big butt to block. And hopefully live. But if he doesn't live, we don't mind. We have 7-drop that can do ridiculous things, and 7-drop that can do ridiculous things, and 7-drop that can do ridiculous things. And now an 8-drop. Oh my goodness, we're 1 mana short though. Wow. The art for this card made me think it was legendary. I don't know why. It is a very cool art though. Some nightmare wolf thing. We even blocked their spectral sailor. Where are the lands? Voracious great shark. Okay. Sloth to do something about it. Land, please. Okay, that is not a land, but it's almost a land. It's land adjacent. Fear of imposters. Manifest dread. Kind of annoying. We have no flyer to block the Spectral Sailor. We will block the Great Shark again. For 2/2. And then land, please. Aye. All the creatures that have flash and counter. Oh, nope. Bowmasters. And we didn't have land off of that. Golos, you might have to take one for the team here. You might die. Genuinely don't know what to expect out of our opponent here. No, Golos. Opponent probably has another fear of imposters and we're just going to die. We might even draw a land. Okay, we drew a land. Try not to die. I mean, even if they have a flash creature, I think we... Yeah. Ah, just want to end on a win now. We had like so many turns. If we just drew a land instead of a non-land card, we would have been able to start trying to resolve our 7-drops, and I don't think they would have been able to counter all like 4 of them. All right, Boreal Grazer. Ramp on 1. Though mana is a little screwy because we can't Utopia Sprawl and use the Utopia Sprawl mana unless we find a green source off the top. Phoenix. Yikers. You know, I'm not a fan of not playing 26 lands in this deck. No, we're not even playing ranks. I didn't even realize. Alright, there we go. Land. I'll play Utopia Sprawl on red. Assert dominance. I'm not afraid of your Phoenixes. What are they gonna do? Breathe fire. Oh, it's Arclight. My bad. No. Where's the lands? I think we just play a land. 60 land deck. New plan. Aye. Shuffler. It was a funny joke. Can we stop? Otherworldly gaze. Oh my goodness. It's Phoenix time. Mono blue Phoenix though. It's kind of wild. Come on, opponent. I'm starting to fall asleep. Fairy Mastermind about to get swole. There is the land. Just like 3 turns too late. I have to grab World Tree so we can spin if we draw into a land. We have reach with the Grazer. Opponent sends it all. What do they change from the original? Guess I'll never know. Golos must live. Present. Danger. Not good. Golos, get in there. Golos is about to see his reflection and yeah. Well, I think I should probably call it there, even though I want to put 26 lands in and then try another game. But anyways, hopefully I was mildly entertaining. Good background noise for you, all of you listening. And have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching.